Hello, Five Borough Wrestling fans. I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Proving Grounds 2017 was a great show and quite a beginning to the Christopher Beckett era. The night begins with a pre-show match which saw Eric Walker defeat Steve Rana. I do apologize if I got his name wrong. Just as the main show was about to start, there was a 10-bell salute for the recently departed professor of old school, J.L. Chico. A man who I had seen many times wrestle in the past. Then it was the Greek god Papa Don was introduced as the guest commentator tonight, joining Pete Rosado, and I forgot that young man's name. He commentates for Battle Club Pro, substituted for Dave Sturcio for the night. And Christopher Beckett, the new general manager of Five Borough Wrestling, comes out and announces to the crowd, I forgot what he ended up saying, but eventually welcomed us to the show and asked everybody was ready for the wrestling. So the main show starts out with what's scheduled to be the tag team title match, as we saw representing Force, spelled with a U in it, PJ Stackpole's contingent, Bear Bronson and AJ Spectre, set to challenge the tag team champions, the Hounds of Hatred. Bam Sullivan comes to the ring by himself and says that Boo could not make the event, but announced the Devil's Outlaw Stockade as his partner. And the match was on, and just as Bam was about to do a dive out to the floor, Stockade attacked Bam, and he and Cyrus DeVille left the ring, and Bam was left for dead, and Bear Bronson and AJ Spectre capitalized to become the new tag team champions of FBW and giving Force their first championship since the group was formed. Next match of the night, we see it was a three-way match for the LDM Heavyweight Championship, as we saw Travis Flip Gordon defeat the Bad Apple, Matt McIntosh, and the Neon Ninja Facade. Great three-way match by these three guys in this matchup. Then we saw Cyrus DeVille with Stockade in his quarter go one-on-one with Logan Black. And great matchup this was. Eventually Stockade's up on the apron. Bam Sullivan comes out, pulls Stockade down, and eventually Logan capitalized on a distraction and put Cyrus DeVille down for the 3 count. Next up we saw Talon defeat the tweener, Max Caster. After the match ended, Talon took the microphone and he demanded PJ Stackpole come out and face him. Talon says, Stackpole, I'm not leaving. Do I have to put an innocent kid in the hospital to make you get out here? Eventually Stackpole comes out flanked by Force, which was the new tag champs, Bear Bronson and AJ Spectre, Maxwell Jacob Feinstein, and damn it. And Rex Lawless. I can't believe I forgot his name. And they come out also, 2 doctors come out trying to help Max Caster out of the ring, and Talon wanted a piece of Stackpole. One of the doctors came from the other side of the ring, attacked Talon from behind, took his doctor's mask off. It was the rogue Anthony Gangone, who has now apparently joined Force, as they ensued on a 5-1 attack, 6 if you count PJ Stackpole, and out comes GM, Papa Don, who was doing commentary. He hit somebody with a chair. Out came GM Christopher Beckett, and he announces, and it says, Papa Don, I'll take it from here. And Beckett announces that Talon, wanted a PJ Stackpole so badly. So Stackpole then says, that he would face Talon if Talon went through Rex Lawless on June the 9th. So Beckett, he asks the crowd if they want to see that, and then asks the crowd, do you want to see PJ Stackpole in the ring later tonight? And the crowd, of course, wanted to see it. And Beckett you know, tells Stackpole, you better borrow something from him and something from him and something from him because you're in the ring tonight. Okay. Finally, let's see. Ooh, baby. So warm out here on this beautiful day. Okay, yeah, next matchup, we saw Bull James go one-on-one with JT Dunn. And yeah, Bull James against JT Dunn, and I think the referee counted both men out of the ring. Out comes General Manager Christopher Beckett, and he announces, you know, that later in the show there would be a four-way main event match for the heavyweight title, which would see the Man of Steel Mike Verna defend the championship against Brian Cage, Bull James, and JT Dunn. At that point, dang it, did they go to intermission at that point? Let me see. Yes, they did go to intermission at that point. The show resumes with tag team action as we saw Rex Lawless and making his Five Borough Wrestling in-ring debut, PJ Stackpole take on the Elements, Pyro, Pulse, and Iceberg. Basically, Stackpole took bits and pieces of the Bobby the Brain Heenan playbook, meaning he would, you know, tag in when an opponent was down, tag out when an opponent was fighting back. Basically, to sum it up, Rex and PJ got the win after Rex did all the damage and PJ scored the pinfall. Next up, we see... Yeah, we see, we saw Joey Ryan challenging Darius Carter for the Tier 1 Heavyweight Championship, and Darius Carter defeated Joey Ryan to win to retain the Heavyweight Championship. It should be noted that before the match started, Joey Ryan gave his lollipop to Kevin in the front row. Next matchup, we saw Orion Dove go one-on-one with Maxwell Jacob Feinstein, with Feinstein getting the win. And I gotta say, for this crowd, the crowd wasn't as big as back at the Legion back in February. But what is with some of you people chanting micro penis at Maxwell Jacob Feinstein or any other else? I mean, you're looking at the guy's crotch? The fuck? But after Maxwell was victorious, he provoked Papa Don at ringside, and Papa Don wanted a piece of Maxwell right then and there. Eventually, General Manager Christopher Beckett comes out, and he says to Papa Don, hey, right now you are not a wrestler, but if you want Maxwell so badly, you could have him Friday night, June the 9th, but if you lose, you're gone from Five Borough Wrestling. That win feels good. Then it was main event time as we saw the Man of Steel Mike Verna defeat JT Dunn, Brian Cage, and Bull James to retain the heavyweight championship. As soon as the match was over, Verna and Dunn were the only two men left at the ring, and Verna dared Dunn to hit him with a rolling elbow, but Dunn put on the brakes and left the ring. Then as Verna turns around, out comes Tier 1 Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Darius Carter, and he's got up his Tier 1 Wrestling Heavyweight title belt with him, and they're both eye to eye holding up their belts, and everybody's cheering Verna, jeering Carter. So I don't know what this is telling everybody, but what a great night of Five Borough Wrestling action. And now it's time for the personal notes. Great seeing Mike McNicholas, Jonah, Peter Gilmore, Kevin, Thomas. It was it was great to finally meet Danielle. what else can I remember for this event? I mean, who else was there? I remember. Oh, Jason Bob 87, Mike from the General Mission Wrestling Podcast. Man. And this is why I usually do this stuff at home, folks. Okay. Yeah, well, we had our memorable quote for the night was, "End this shit already!" Mike from the General Admission Wrestling Podcast during the pre-show match of all matches. As mentioned earlier, Five Borough Wrestling returns on Friday night, June 9th, as they present their third-year anniversary show. As of now, as it appears, Talon is going to go one-on-one with Rex Lawless. If Talon is victorious, he will get a match with PJ Stackpole that same night. I'd like to see, on June 9th, here's part of the wish list, I'd like to see Stockade, the Devil's Outlaw, and Cyrus DeVille take on Bam Sullivan and I don't know who we'd get for a partner. I'd like to see the new tag team champions, Bear Bronson and AJ Spectre. I don't know who I could see them defend against. Wow. I can't even remember what else I'd like to see, but despite a lot of crew members being missing in action for one reason or another, it was a great night of wrestling. I'm sure you're all going to be let down that you missed it. Who else? I remember. Great seeing. How can I forget? Shane from NYWC, man. Great talking to you outside before we got in. Let's see. Who else I remember seeing out there? My goodness. Or even at this show. But, it was a great night of action, and I certainly can't wait for FBW for its third anniversary on Friday night, June 9th.